There is a secret that the greatest minds throughout history have always understood, a timeless wisdom that gave them strength when life was hard, clarity when chaos surrounded them, and resilience when challenges seemed endless. That secret lies in the philosophy of the Stoics, the men and women who mastered the art of building an unshakable mind. Imagine for a moment a single day in the life of Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome. He was the most powerful man in the world at the time, commanding legions, ruling over millions, and carrying the fate of an empire on his shoulders. Yet his life was anything but easy. He faced endless wars on the frontiers, political betrayals within the Senate, plagues that swept across his cities, and decisions so heavy they could alter history itself. And yet late at night, while the empire slept, Marcus would sit alone, by the faint light of an oil lamp, pen in hand, and write. He wasn't writing for fame. He wasn't writing to leave behind a legacy. He was writing for himself, speaking directly to his own mind, reminding himself of what truly mattered, and grounding himself when the storms of life threatened to pull him under. Those writings, collected today as meditations, became one of the greatest guides to mastering the mind ever created. This habit of self-reflection is one of the most powerful tools the Stoics used to strengthen their minds, and it's something you can start practicing today. Picture this: at the end of your day, before you go to bed, you take out a small notebook and write down 3 simple things. First, what stressed you out today. Second, how you responded. And third, what you could do better tomorrow. That's it, 3 sentences. It sounds small, but over time, this simple ritual transforms the way you think. Modern neuroscience calls this metacognition, the ability to think about your own thoughts. Studies show that daily journaling can reduce anxiety levels by up to 27% and dramatically improve problem-solving skills. A mind trained to step back, observe itself, and learn from its reactions becomes calmer, sharper, and stronger. But reflection alone isn't enough. The Stoics also teaches one of the most liberating truths in philosophy: focus only on what you can control, and let go of everything else. Epictetus, one of the greatest Stoic teachers, was born into slavery. He owned nothing. He didn't control where he lived, what he ate, or even what was done to his body. And yet, he became one of history's most influential philosophers. How? By realizing that while the world may take everything from you, it can never take your ability to choose your response. He taught that life is divided into 2 categories: what's within our control and what's not. Everything else, other people's opinions, the weather, the economy, unexpected setbacks, lies beyond your power. But your thoughts, your actions, and your attitude, those are always yours. Imagine this scenario. You're driving to work and suddenly get stuck in a massive traffic jam. Cars aren't moving, the rain is pouring, and you're late for an important meeting. In that moment, you can't control the traffic. You can't make the cars move faster. You can't stop the rain, but you can choose how you react. You can let anger consume you, slam the steering wheel, and spiral into frustration. Or you can accept what you can't change. Take a deep breath, put on your favorite playlist, and use that time to think, relax, or even learn something new. That's the Stoic way. That's where true freedom begins. The Stoics also practiced something many modern people might find unusual. They deliberately exposed themselves to discomfort. Seneca, one of Rome's wealthiest and most powerful men, would spend a few days each month living like a poor man. He would wear rough, cheap clothes, eat the simplest foods, and sleep on the hard floor. He wasn't doing this because he had to. He did it to remind himself that comfort is temporary and that he could survive without it. Because when you stop fearing discomfort, you stop being controlled by it. You can apply this today in small ways. Take a cold shower in the morning. Leave your phone at home for a day walk. Instead of driving, eat a plain, simple meal, and remind yourself you don't need luxury to feel okay. Science backs this up. Controlled exposure to discomfort strengthens the nervous system and builds mental toughness. By training yourself to endure minor hardships voluntarily, you become more resilient when real challenges arrive. Another powerful Stoic tool is called negative visualization, imagining the worst-case scenario. Not to scare yourself, but to prepare your mind and deepen your gratitude. Marcus Aurelius would wake each morning, reminding himself that today might be his last. Seneca practiced imagining losing everything, his wealth, his status, even the people he loved. This didn't make them pessimistic. On the contrary, it made them more appreciative of the present. Try it yourself. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine that one day you'll no longer see the blue sky, hear your loved ones laugh, or feel the sun warming your skin. When you open your eyes again, the world feels different. Doesn't it? Colors seem brighter? Moments feel richer, problems feel smaller. That's the power of gratitude born from awareness. By confronting life's impermanence, you learn to cherish what you have right now, instead of constantly craving what you don't. But Stoicism isn't just about personal peace. It's also about living a life guided by virtue, by acting according to your highest values. No matter the circumstances, the Stoics believed there are 4 cardinal virtues that should guide every decision: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Money comes and goes, fame fades. Power vanishes, but your character, the person you choose to be, that lasts forever. The next time someone insults you, before reacting, ask yourself, does this response reflect the kind of person I want to be? When you act from values instead of emotions, you take back your freedom from the chaos of impulse. Finally, the Stoics constantly reminded themselves of one undeniable truth: memento mori. Remember that you will die. To some that sounds dark, but to the Stoics it's the ultimate source of clarity. Knowing that time is limited forces us to stop procrastinating, to stop wasting energy on meaningless arguments, and to start focusing on what truly matters: love, growth, contribution, and purpose. When you live with the awareness that every day could be your last, you stop postponing life, you start living it fully. And above all, Stoicism teaches us to embrace the gift of the present moment. Regret lives in the past, anxiety lives in the future. But life, real life, is happening right now. In this breath, in this very second. Take a deep breath, feel the air filling your lungs. Feel your heart beating in your chest. Right now is all you truly have, and right now is where your power lies. If you start practicing these habits daily: journaling, controlling your reactions, embracing discomfort, visualizing impermanence, living by your values, and appreciating the present, you'll start to build a mind that's strong, calm, and unshakable no matter what storms come your way. Start small, start today. And if this message resonates with you, hit the like button, subscribe for more insights, and comment below. I choose strength to remind yourself and inspire others. Because while you can't control the world, you can always control yourself, and that is where true power begins.